That's right. For all you single ladies out there, put your hands up because it's time for us to talk about what you need if you don't have a family. Oh, hello there. You have found the President of the United States of America's favorite YouTube channel, Driving Miss Disney. I'm Logan Johnson, and this is Miss Disney herself, Sydney Willard. What do we got on tap today for our video?
Today we're going to talk about what you forgot to pack for your Disneyland vacation, or what you packed for your Disneyland vacation and wished you hadn't.
What you wish you hadn't. Yeah, the time I brought a live raccoon to Disney was a real mistake.
Yeah.
So we're going to go over what you can pack. I don't know why I asked you, what's on the docket? I don't know.
It's a mystery. He just shows up to my house and we just wing it, honestly.
Honestly, that's not that far from the truth, frankly. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the things that you might forget to pack.
Yeah. So for me, when we were getting ready, it was the week before our trip, and we realized we needed a stroller or a baby wear or something,
right,
so that we're not carrying around a little 9-month-old. Now, this is obviously more family based, what to pack, as an individual or as a single person.
For all you single folks, I got the suggestions later on, but let's go through what you came up with.
Yeah, so a stroller or a baby wear, don't forget that. That's a big expense that could come up, and if you don't pack that, you're kind of in trouble. You can't just carry around your kids all day.
Totally.
Something else, especially if you have kids, is extra clothing, more clothing than you would think, and pack them into the park for those water rides. You don't want your kids soggy all day.
Or to quote my favorite Disney movie, you could run the risk of a big summer blowout.
Big summer blowout?
That's true.
And you'll need to change your baby's clothes.
Yeah.
So be ready for something like that, too, and just have a little bit of extra clothing on hand. That can always be helpful.
Yeah. Something else that I packed on our trip last time that I thought was really useful for kids is I made a little baby bottle holder. It was essentially a ribbon that tied onto her baby bottle, and then it velcroed to the stroller.
Right.
Kids throw things out of the stroller. So
you should have done that for the Binky too.
I know, I should have. But we had the Binky in line. Yeah, so anyways, you could take it off and you could slap it back on, and it was fine. And yeah, I should have made one for the Binky, and this next trip I definitely will. So something like that. I don't know if you can buy them. I just was I need something, and so I just...
Basically just a ribbon, right?
It was ribbon and Velcro. That's all that it was. And I tied it to the bottle and Velcroed it to the...
But you could have tied it to the stroller too.
Yeah, so anything like
just
that.
Just a rope.
Yeah, just a rope. Maybe one for your kid too.
Remember to bring 2 to 3 meters of flaxen cable.
Yeah. Don't forget, guys. So that was something that really I think was useful. The other thing that I really think is useful if you have kids is blankets. And specifically a stretchier blanket that can cover your stroller. But if it's cold outside, you can also just bundle them up in it. I have really stretchy swaddles that are really good for covering the stroller.
Right.
And they're pretty warm too.
Also, if you have to park your stroller in stroller parking, they're usually really good for stroller identification.
Yeah, it makes it really, really
that
fast.
And tie a balloon to your stroller.
Yeah, we did that, and it was definitely worth it.
So your cardinal sin of things you forget on Disneyland trips is your pins, right?
Yes,
if you collect pins,
time.
Shout out to, was it Ben, the Disney Pin King?
Yes, Ben the Disney Pin King.
Saw
he
him
has no idea who we are, and that's okay.
We saw him, and he had a denim jacket covered in pins that was embroidered with the words Ben the Disney Pin. He should have said Kingpin, honestly, but
Pin King.
He's the Pin King. So make sure you remember your pins, because especially if you're the kind of person who likes to trade them with cast members in the park to get some of the rare ones, there are some pins that you can really only get super easily via trading. I'm 2 pins away from finishing out my Bedknobs and Broomsticks set that you can only really get from trading.
Any limited edition things like that aren't sold in the parks anymore. You want to have pins to trade. I forget them all the time.
See, I can't. The pins are probably 65% of the reason I even go to the dang park. Because the idea that I could collect something while I'm in there, and especially the mystery packs, it just really appeals to me.
Yeah, and I think honestly for me, it's not a huge deal if I forget them. I tend to buy pins that I and I grow like an attachment to that pin. And so like trading it is really hard. But if you do trade, especially, I don't typically wear my lanyard into the park because I'm worried about them falling off. That could easily be fixed with locking pin bags.
I have 3 lanyards,
Yeah.
so I usually pick one that has, and I'll put the pins on it that I know I want to trade. Like I said, there are some you can only get from trading with cast members and like on pin boards and things like that throughout the park. And so to finish out a set, sometimes what you'll do is you'll buy a set that you buy something from like a mystery set that you know you have a lot of, and then if it's a duplicate, you can trade it away.
Yeah.
But the pins for me, indispensable.
Yeah, and we'll
Cannot
probably do a
forget
whole
that.
video on pins later in the future.
Like what they look like and how to collect them, how to trade them, how to find ones that you really like, things like that. How to get collectible ones. We have some cool ones. I mean, we're far from like pin masters or anything like that. We have a lot of them. And we really have a good time with it.
Okay, well, let's talk about some things that like you probably are going to need no matter whether you have a family or not.
That's right. For all you single ladies out there, put your hands up because it's time for us to talk about what you need if you don't have a family or if it's just you. First thing I think...
Or even if you do have a family.
Yeah, first thing I think is important is like impulse money. So typically I like to have this in the form of cash, right? Just in case whether inside the park or outside the park you find something that you really want, you have a little bit of cash on you. I mean, don't bring like $100 in cash on you anywhere.
Yeah.
But like you have something that you can just be like, okay, well, here, I'll get this thing with this cash real quick. The other thing I recommend is have ibuprofen. The parks get loud, especially if you're traveling with kids that aren't your own kids. But even if they are.
But I think it's worse if they're not your own kids.
Oh, way worse, trust me. Yeah, I would have some ibuprofen or some Advil or some Prozacs.
That's just like a good
Valiums,
general rule in life, is
some
carry
OxyContin.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
You need to just numb the headache that will ensue. Another thing that I think can be really useful is bring a pillow. This is like, especially if you're single, you're probably not gonna have to pack that much extra clothing, right?
Sure.
Like if you're packing for your whole family, you gotta pack like kids' clothes and things like that. You might have a little extra space to pack your regular pillow, and then you want to use the hotel pillow that has been used a trillion times by randos, and you know, it's just easier to just like have your pillow. It makes the whole experience a lot nicer. So if you can fit it in there, I always recommend.
Sure,
it.
he packs his glow-in-the-dark pillow pet unicorn, but you know.
Uncle Kim. Is the name of that bad
He's
boy.
great.
Yeah, so, and then the other two things that I think are easy to forget, and you'll pay through the nose if you forget them.
Oh, 100%.
External batteries. Your phone's going to die in the park, unless you have, like, a brand new smartphone. So you should...
Even if you do, I think if you're taking tons of it, it'll die. If you're using the app, taking pictures, playing on it in the lines...
Be ready for your phone to
it's
just
going
be
to
done.
die.
So pack an external battery. They're like $20 in the park.
It's $20 for a day.
Yeah.
And like you rent it out and you can use it, get new ones as much as you want for that $20, but it's one day.
Yeah.
So it's expensive.
If you go to like a Walmart, especially not next to Disneyland, you can buy an external battery for $7 to $10, right?
Yeah.
So it's worth it to get 1 or 2 or 3 or however many phones you have. Get several, and then you'll be prepared to charge them and to have them. The other thing that people often forget is their phone cord. Or perhaps more importantly, if you have a smartwatch, forgetting your smartwatch cord is like really easy, and then you basically don't have a watch for a week unless you buy a new one. And some of those watch cords, like an Apple Watch cord or a Samsung watch cord, can be like $20-$30.
Yeah.
Even on the cheaper end, they can be that expensive because a lot of times they're magnetic or wirelessly charging. So remember to bring that. That's another thing you forgot. Honestly, if you go through kind of this like list of things you might forget, it's pretty easy to make sure that you're prepared and that you're ready. And then even if you forget something maybe a little more important, at least you have all the comforts with you.
Let's talk real quick about what we don't pack into the parks. Maybe what we would bring on our vacation or wouldn't bring on our vacation, but definitely would not bring to the park. There's things that Disneyland obviously has banned that you just can't.
If you're 17 and a dancing queen, don't wear your Princess Aurora dress. Yeah. They won't let you wear it into the park.
Yeah, they won't let you do that.
Little girls can wear whatever Disney princess they want, and probably little boys too, I guess. But like little kids can wear whatever they want. But once you're like older.
And you can look into like what you can do to like be a character without being a character. They just don't want kids to get confused because there's one Cinderella.
Yeah.
Okay, one. There can only be one.
I love this idea that Highlander style Cinderella appears in front of anybody who has like a Cinderella dress on with a samurai sword that says there can be only one, and then it just like goes from there.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. Selfie sticks aren't allowed in the parks. Chairs aren't allowed in the parks. Wagons are no longer allowed in the parks.
I didn't know they ever were. That's
They
wild.
were, yeah. Kids would, or people would tote their kids in. There's lots of restrictions. In fact, I would recommend going onto Disneyland's website. They've cracked down really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Glass bottles. You can bring a water bottle, reusable water bottle, but not if it's glass. There's lots of things that you can't bring into the park. So I would look at that list for sure. And just to make yourself kind of aware, there's even restrictions now on like your size of stroller.
Right.
So there's things like that. Something that a lot of people bring into the parks that I personally do not bring into the parks is sunglasses.
Yeah, we talked about this in another video in this series. Why don't you bring sunglasses into the park?
I honestly, in my opinion, I'm not walking enough into direct sunlight to warrant the risk of losing my favorite pair of sunglasses or breaking my favorite pair of sunglasses. Especially for me, I have a really hard time finding sunglasses that I really, really love. And when I do find that pair, it's like, this pair has to last me until I find the next one. And so, especially like expensive sunglasses, if you've got, you know, really nice Gucci sunglasses or Ray-Bans, I would not bring them into the park. If you really are a sunglass wearer, however, you definitely can. I think just, you know yourself, but for me, it's something that like, no, I'm not bringing that into the
I would
park.
recommend getting a less expensive pair of sunglasses
Sure.
before you go. The only thing that I would say with that is make sure they're polarized. Non-polarized sunglasses can, in some studies, they've been shown to cause trouble with people's eyes later on down the line.
Yeah.
So make sure that they're polarized, actually have the sun protection factor in there. Because what you don't want is something that shades you and then you look directly into the sun and the sun hurts your eyes because you're not protected against it.
Yeah.
Right? So make sure that they have some kind of an SPF factor. But I would recommend just like buying some that you're not that attached to.
Yeah.
That way,
If
when
you
you
want to.
lose them,
Yeah,
because it
just be
happens to a
prepared
lot
to
of
lose
people.
them. And people get really upset about it.
Yeah, don't bring like your $100, $200 ones in there. It's not worth it.
Yeah, no.
If you have prescription sunglasses, again, I would, like as somebody who wears prescription eyeglasses, make sure that you really are going to keep wearing them the whole time.
Yeah.
Like never put them on your head or anything if you can see without your glasses.
Which is the real ultimate problem of sunglasses, right? Is that
Right.
you're taking them on and off when you go inside. But if you're wearing regular glasses...
I've never ever lost my glasses like doing anything.
Yeah,
Right?
no.
Because they never come off this part of my face. But yeah, sunglasses are the big number one lost item. Hats too.
Yeah, even my
Easy
husband,
to
who
lose.
wears hats all the time, doesn't wear hats to the park.
They're just easy to lose. So sunglasses and hats are the two big ones. Don't bring them. Anything else you shouldn't bring to Disneyland?
Drugs. I guess that's on the list.
Yeah, I don't think you can even bring ibuprofen
I don't
to
think
the
you can
park.
bring it
So
to
when
the
I say
park.
pack that, I mean like that's a special tool that will help you in the hotel later.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't think you can bring any... I mean, unless it's like a prescription drug that you
Right,
have
that you
to
need.
be taking. In fact, one time we brought in those little mini M&M containers full of quarters and pennies for the
And
penny
they had
press
to go
machines.
through and make sure that
Yeah, the
we
guy
weren't
was
sneaking.
very stressed at security, so...
yeah, it's a little easier. You can bring food into the parks though, right?
You definitely can. You can bring...
There are picnic
Anything.
areas and things
Yeah,
like that.
which is something, you know, when we talked about budgeting, it's very cost effective and it's very common. There's even a McDonald's across the street from Disneyland. You can bring anything.
Yeah.
They are not going to stop you from that. But yeah, I think mostly go over the things that you can't bring to the park.
Yeah, make sure you take a lot of time on Disneyland's website. We'll probably link it in the comments so you can see like what's restricted. But ultimately, that's a pretty good guide to what you should remember to bring for sure that you're going to forget.
Yeah.
And what you're going to want to bring that you probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
So that's going to go ahead and do it for us. If you've liked this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. If you've already subscribed, thanks. Tell us in the comments what you bring to Disneyland that maybe nobody else does.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned, bringing coins and M&M containers.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, let us know what you bring that's a little fun, a little quirky. And then if you liked this video, go ahead and give it the old thumbs up. But that's been us today, so thanks for watching.
We'll see you guys next time.